Right, good morning. Nice early start. Heading down to London. Betfred Challenge Cup Finals Day tomorrow at Wembley. Going to take you with me, show you what it's like working behind the scenes at an event like this. Big day of rugby league, of course. St Helens versus Wigan, two old rivals in the Betfred Women's Challenge Cup Final, followed by Hull Kingston Rovers and Warrington Wolves. The first silverware of the season on the line. So let's get down there and get stuck in. So as we've got a 2.5 hour train journey to London to kill, let me bring you up to speed as to how we got to where we're at in the Betfred Challenge Cup. The road to Wembley started in Goole, obviously, back in December for the round one draw. 32 community clubs into the hat. We brought you Fatto Heath against Oral St James here on the Sportsman. Round two, 24 Championship and League One clubs joining the fray. This is us bringing you Keighley versus York. Round three, one of the best weekends of the year this. All Super League clubs drawn away from home, record crowds at places like York and the Midlands Hurricanes, and into the last 16, and this is where things got really fun. Heavyweights akimbo, Wigan and Leeds crashing out before the quarter-final stage. Got through the last day into a final four of Lee versus Warrington and Hull KR versus Catalans, and of course, Rovers and the Wolves progressing to the final. Meanwhile, in the women's competition, they had their usual group stages. That whittled down to a final four of Wigan, York, St Helens and Leeds. St Helens get to Wembley for a third year in a row, looking for their fifth consecutive Betfred Challenge Cup title. Wigan getting there for the first time, completing the lineup. So there we have it. Two finals ready to go. Betfred Challenge Cup final day. And would you look at that, we're in London already. Quick that, wasn't it? So into the stadium we go. We've got a little bit of filming to do for our Saturday morning content, and luckily I'm a complete professional, so we got all of this done in one take. Place will be a hell of a lot. He was so close. Sorry. So after that we headed up to the commentary box just to have a look at where I'd be for the 1895 Cup final, and then teams started to arrive for their captain's run. Each team gets about 45 minutes on the pitch to loosen up a bit after the journey down and familiarise themselves with the place. We had a little bit of editing to get done, but that was pretty much us for day one at Wembley. Right, good morning. Lovely view of the Wembley Arch at my hotel room window. Exciting day this. Women's final 11:45, men's Betfred Challenge Cup final 3 o'clock, and then after that the 1895 Cup final. We're doing a bit of pitch side stuff, a bit of behind the scenes stuff, so we'll take you with us on that one, and then that final game I'm on commentary, so we'll show you how that works as well. Going to head down to Wembley Way now, see what the vibe's like, see how the fans are feeling on Betfred Challenge Cup Finals Day. Absolutely honking weather as soon as I recorded that, so had a little bit of breakfast, waited for things to brighten up a bit, which they did, so we headed out onto Wembley Way to soak up some atmosphere. Who'd you want to win?
Hull KR.
Hull KR. Yeah.
Any particular reason?
Because I was born in St Helens and Warrington
are
are
too close
out.
to us.
Yorkshire, Hull, every day a week, yeah.
To be honest, I'm not really bothered as long as it's a good game. As long as if I want to turn up, I think it'll be a good game.
Yeah, quite nervous after Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas was an eye-opener, so today we've got to improve.
So at this point it was time to head into the ground, through the media suite at Wembley and out into the Stadium Bowl ahead of the Betfred Women's Challenge Cup final. All the usual fireworks, pyrotechnics, handshakes with dignitaries, and of course the national anthem before St Helens got us underway under the arch. So victory for the Wigan Warriors, their first ever Betfred Challenge Cup final win and first major silverware under head coach Dennis Bett. We headed down pitch side for the trophy lift and to catch up with co-captain Georgia Wilson.
Yeah, it feels absolutely unreal. You know, we've never been in a Challenge Cup final, and this is our first one and our first win as well, so it's absolutely unbelievable. All the girls are so happy, so buzzing, and I'm just really proud of every single one of the girls that have been involved. Straight into the build-up for the men's final then, warm-ups, team announcements, and it wouldn't be a Challenge Cup final without a blast of the classic Abide With Me.
So at this point, the atmosphere was at fever pitch. The teams are out and we were ready to go for the 124th Men's Betfred Challenge Cup final. So at half-time, Warrington had a slender lead and we had an aubergine curry before settling in to watch one of the most dramatic endings to a cup final you will ever see. Hull KR ending 45 years of Wembley hurt with a 77th minute winner. At long last, the celebrations could begin for the Robins.
Well, this is for them. I hope they soak it all up and enjoy it because they deserve it so much. However many years it's been. Well, since 2025 now, isn't it? So everyone can shove it.
So from that, straight up to the TV gantry to commentate on the 1895 Cup final. Featherstone Rovers and the York Knights going head to head. There's a few notes, the mixing desk before getting stuck in with co-commentator Hendo. And what an ending to Wembley weekend. A golden point winner for the York Knights.
Where is Harris? In the pocket. Out it comes. It's not a great ball, but he gets a better connection. Liam Harris! He's got it! Liam Harris kicks a drop goal! And York win the AB Sundex 1895 Cup final in the most dramatic of circumstances. Wow!
So with that came the end of Betfred Challenge Cup Finals Weekend 2025. Heading back up to Manchester, but of course we'll be under the arch again in November for the Ashes as England take on Australia.